OIJ, how are you?
Pretty good. I just played here at the Next Web conference in Amsterdam, and I was opening the show, and it was quite nice to play in front of like 3,000 people in the morning to wake everyone up with a few beats. So yeah, I'm feeling good.
Do you remember the moment when you thought, okay, I want to go into music, I'm going to pursue this dream I have?
Well, I started making music when I was like 8 years old. I got into piano lessons and stuff. Started playing some keys. But then when I was about 12 years old, I didn't think it was cool anymore, and I started to be a bit of an adolescent. But around 18, 19, I actually full force went into music. Started playing a bit of guitar and singing, and then eventually this is where OIJ came from.
And OIJ stands for Only in Japan?
Yes.
What is your fascination with Japan?
There's many aspects of Japan that fascinate me, but I think the barrier between a certain disciplined life and a complete creative freedom is very interesting, and I try to translate this creative freedom into my music by just making anything I want without thinking about the consequences of that, and just doing what comes to mind, creating what comes to mind, and not feel limited by any kind of external factors in that regard.
Mm-hmm. In that sense, how do you define success?
That's a good question. I think success, there's many kinds of success, but I think the most important one is just to be happy and to be satisfied in a way with what you do, and also, that's a good question. I think success is a lot about just being happy. That's the most important thing. But of course, there's also a certain way. If you're able to live off making music, I would say that's already quite a success, to be able to follow your passion like that and just be able to only do that, which I'm fortunate enough I can. But I wouldn't say I'm successful though, because did I just? No, that's, yeah, I think success is mostly about being happy and having the freedom to do what you want. I think that is quite a satisfying and successful way of life.
And I just saw you perform, and obviously there's a lot more going on stage than just you singing. So how important is the aesthetic, the kind of the show around you for what you do?
Well, for me, it's very important because I'm doing a lot of things when I'm on stage. I'm playing keys, I sing, I program beats, and I'm kind of like in between a band and a DJ, doing both things by myself. So for me, the visual aspect, because I'm so busy, is also very important. It's also why I created this specific special light setup that I play with, to have an extra factor of entertainment and kind of like an extra band member in the form of a visual spectacle.
And if people come and see your show, what do you want them to take away from what you do?
I want them to have had a good time. I would like it if they remembered the show the next day. I just like it when people have a good time and do some dancing and just listen to the music and enjoy the show, and hopefully they will afterwards look me up online if they haven't yet, and maybe get a bit more into the songs in a different context also. So yeah, I would say that's kind of the basics of that.
Finally then, well, what is the ambition? Where do you, for instance, you're called Only in Japan, do you want to perform in Japan with your music as well?
I would love that, yeah. I was actually, when I was in Japan, I actually had some meetings there, also with some Japanese bookers and labels. And I actually wanted to make a song in Japanese, but they said it's probably smarter to just release an English one first and maybe do that later, because I was already talking to someone to have my first single Blinded translated to Japanese and that I would sing it. They said it would be maybe a little weird for me to do that, but I would love to play in Japan at someday. I think it would work. I think it would be a good match also with the technological side of things and how they're also very technologically advanced over there. But I just hope to play a lot of shows anywhere. I just love touring, and I hope to have my own. I hope to grow my show and improve my live set, and also make a next version of my light show, for example, which I'm developing right now already.
What can you tell me about it?
It's gonna be bigger. It's gonna be sustainable, and I think that's also pretty cool. And I hope to be able to have it done somewhere in this year. But these things take time, and luckily I think we're on a good path for that right now. Just need some time and some. It is a lot of work because I usually do all these things with just a few people. We kind of do it DIY, you know. Right. So it just takes time mostly. And right now I'm also finishing my. I'm in the process of releasing my second EP, which is coming out, I think, end of June or beginning of July or something. And that's also taking a lot of my time at the moment. I'm writing new songs and improving my live show, because I want the live show to be a bit more of a dancing experience also compared to the song. So the songs are still recognizable in the show from when you listen to them on Spotify or whatever. But I do want people to move. Right. I don't want them to just look and listen. I want them to also start dancing, because I think it's good to dance.
I think that's a good ending.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.